Hi there. I've just been looking at some of my other videos and realised my last TTC blog was a little bit on the depressing side, shall we say, and I thought I'd try and do a bit of a more positive one if possible. Although I know that's not easy because you can't be positive about these things all the time. You know, they are hard, and you have to let your feelings out. You can't hold them all in. It's not healthy and it doesn't help. I mean, that's been my new theory, hence why I started doing all these. Instead of holding it all in and pretending everything's fine and laughing and joking about it all the time, I think it's probably healthier to admit that I'm not fine about everything. I'm finding it hard. It's got to be healthier, and bottom line, if it's better for your health, it's better for the whole process of TTC. So that's been my policy. A bit of an update first, I suppose. My last TTC video, if you saw it, still TTC, was done on CD cycle day 2, I think, and today I'm on the same cycle, but today is cycle day 18. As I mentioned in that one, I was planning to take I always pronounce this wrong, soya isoflavones to try and help encourage ovulation. So I did take those. I ordered mine off eBay. And they arrived, I think it was cycle day 4, and you can only take them, from the research I've done, on certain little periods, up to 10 days for your cycle. You take them for 5 days. So you either take them from cycle day 1 to cycle day 5, I suppose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5, cycle day 5 to, I think some people do cycle day 3 to cycle day whatever. I did cycle day 5 to cycle day 9. Just because that's when they arrived. I didn't want to wait another month to try them. I wasn't sure what dose to take because I looked, my research, other people took various doses, 120 milligrams, 200 milligrams in some cases, and I thought because I was completely new to it, I wanted to go easy. The tablets I had, because I think you get different tablets with different amounts, different milligram levels. The ones I had were 50 milligrams per tablet. And I thought there was no point taking a 50 milligram. It just seemed a bit low, a bit pointless. I think I need a bit more of a boost. I was taking 100 milligrams once a day for the 5 days. So with my research, I found some people complaining of various side effects, similar to apparently the ones you might get with Clomid or other fertility drugs like that. And the headaches, nausea, that sort of thing. So I was advised to try taking it at night time, just before going to bed, to reduce the risk of side effects, because obviously sleep through most of it. So I was literally taking before I went to bed, and I was fine. First couple of days, I don't think I noticed anything really, and then I did start feeling just a bit groggy and dizzy maybe within sort of 3 days of taking them, and that's the dizziness and that's eased off. I'm still a bit sort of sleepy, but I think maybe that's just me at the moment. Maybe I'm just old. But as I say, I have endometriosis and that can cause fatigue, so maybe it's that, getting worse. I've been taking OPKs, the ovulation tests. I bought just a load of the cheap internet ones. I bought like a big bag of 50, I think, for like a £5 or something. Just because, that's a tip I would give anyone if you're like me and your ovulation can be really late in your cycle or can be really unpredictable. It's just cheaper than buying, the brand name ones. They may be really, really good. I've used various ones, the digital ones or something, and they're brilliant. They're really good. Really clear. You don't have to work out whether the line's darker and all the other stuff. But they get expensive. You can pay nearly £20 for a box of 7 tests, and say if you're anything like me, 7 days of testing isn't necessarily going to be enough to find your positive, to get a positive result on your ovulation tests. Last month I didn't get it till cycle day 26. Other months I've had it day 18. This month I don't think I have yet had it. Again, these soya things could have messed me about a bit. I've been taking them constantly since the day I stopped the soya. And I think at one point, when I left the test, the test didn't come up straight away, and when I left it, there was a darker line come up about 20 minutes later. But normally with me, if I'm going to get a positive, if I ever get them, it's near enough straight away. It's like, the test line comes up and then boom, there's the result line. and that hasn't happened yet. So I'm assuming I haven't ovulated yet, although I've had the other signs you look for. Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't do the temperature taking thing because it just doesn't seem to work for me. It doesn't really make sense, and it's a bit too mathematical. I'm not a mathematical girl. So I haven't done that as such. I've done it other months, and I've just got myself in a complete confusion and stuff. So I thought, well, if I ovulate, I ovulate. Taking my temperature isn't going to change me ovulating. So I'm just carrying on taking these tests. So I'm taking them sort of between 12 o'clock in the afternoon and 2ish. So I'm trying to take it around the same time, and sometimes I'm testing again later in the day because you can miss it by hours apparently. But with me, other months when I've got the positive OPK, I've then got it 3 days in a row. I haven't yet, and we've just been doing the heat, as it were. Again, I've tried not, after last month, I've tried not to make it clinical, which is a bit difficult when hubby isn't really saying anything. It's for me to go, oh, you know, maybe we should try tonight, sort of thing, and I'm then getting the, well, are you ovulating or not? So last month I was told it was me being too clinical, and this month it seems to be him. But joy of men for you sometimes, I suppose. So we can be awkward. So like I say, we're doing it sort of here and there. So there's been about 3 days maybe between times that we've tried, 3-4 days between a couple of them. You know, no real major routine to it. Whether that'll change, you know, if I test positive today. I mean, I have other symptoms that make me think I may be ovulating soon. But then I've had the other months, I've got positive tests, and we've done it all around the right time and nothing. So I don't hold out major hope. Even if I get positive early or anything, I'm not going to do it to myself this month, I've decided. And I'm only doing ovulation tests purely because I've done the soya tablets, and I wanted to see whether they make any difference to when I ovulate. The only thing, you know, sort of the funny thing people are saying, as you know from my other blogs on here, I have 3 children. My younger 2 were both conceived in November of the years that I had them. So I have had a friend who has said, oh, maybe that's the month that your body, you know, your cycles will connect, you know, with the universe and everything, and that's when you're able to conceive. And when I sort of threw in, well, my oldest was conceived in like March, April time, way back when I fell pregnant with him. And she said, but you weren't actively trying for him, he was a surprise. So maybe your body, when you're telling it you know what you need it to do, doesn't really listen until November. So we shall see on that one. And one of the things I've tried to do this month, to not put myself through the upset of last month, is focusing on why it would be negative for me to fall pregnant this month. So maybe you know, reverse psychology on my own body, if you like. What I've been telling myself and my body is, like I said, my younger 2 are both November conceptions, and are both the youngest in their year at school. And they have struggled. I mean, my middle one is dyslexic. I mean, that's obviously not connected to being, you know, the youngest in his year or anything, but he has struggled, and things like SATs tests and stuff. While everyone in his year, when they did, you know, did the one when they were 7, they were all turning 7. He'd only just turned 6. Things like that. You know, he's always been at a disadvantage in that way. So I've tried to focus on that, telling myself that it's fine if I don't get pregnant this month. It means my baby, if I do manage to have one, won't be the youngest in their year, unless of course I fall pregnant November next year. So I've tried to tell myself that, and that's one tip. You know, tell yourself why. You know, while you keep trying and everything, tell yourself why it won't matter if you don't get pregnant this month. Find a reason why it's not. You know, it's a good thing if you don't. You know, then you're not so focused in some way. These are just little tips I'm hoping might help other people. Another is to give yourself something to look forward to. Plan a holiday, or just even anything. Girls' nights out, regular girls' nights out, or nights out with your partner if you want to do that. Whichever, you know, things that, and they're not the end of the world. If you do get pregnant, you can still go on a girls' night out. It just might be different, obviously, you know, not drinking or whatever. But there's something good to focus on if you don't get pregnant. And you can then say, oh, look, I didn't get pregnant this month, means I can have a drink with the girls, or I can go dancing all night or whatever. things like that. And another thing I've done to try and just make myself feel better, to be a positive step, is I've taken up Zumba. I don't know if any of you have tried that. So, I don't know why I didn't try it ages ago, because I've tried all the aerobics classes, all this, and I find it really hard to get motivated at those and stick to them. I always feel like I'm like 10 times bigger than anyone else in the room and things like that, and I'm not coordinated. I'm just hopeless. And that put me off Zumba at first. I thought, I'm going to go there and they're all going to be professional dancers, shaking their hips and everything. It's not like it at all. I mean, the dancer, the instructor we have, she's brilliant. She can do all the moves. She looks amazing doing all the moves. I know I don't look anything like her when I do. My legs don't work the way hers do. But you burn calories, so I feel like I'm doing something positive there. It's good, good for your heart. It gets your heart pumping. It's fun. That's one thing that's so different to when I did, aerobics and stuff. You're just there with a whole bunch of women dancing, but the moves are all very, very cleverly designed. That they work various muscle groups, and like I say, it's cardio, so your heart's going. And I do that twice a week, an hour each time, and that works on so many levels. And I've got that hour just for me. I know with other girls or whatever, and they're all different sizes, shapes, ages, you name it. And I also feel I'm doing something positive for my body as well as my mind. So maybe my body's not working as well as it maybe used to. It's never worked brilliantly. It's working worse than it ever used to. Maybe it's because I need more exercise and stuff. It's only going to be a positive thing. So I've done that. It's something to look forward to as well. So it works on both those levels. And it's just giving yourself something else to try and think about. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting there thinking, that's it. I go to Zumba, I'm not thinking about babies. Of course I am. I mean, the start of every lesson, her first question is, are there any injuries or pregnancies I need to know about? And she knows we're trying, so she always gives me just a little raised eyebrow, and I have to stand there going, not yet. And whether I'd be able to carry on if I fell pregnant, I don't think it'd be advised. I don't think my doctors would agree with me doing it, but for the moment, it's not doing me any harm. So distractions, something to look forward to. Time for yourself. Time for your partner, I suppose. I mean, my husband took the day off, amazingly, last week, and we just went out to the cinema during the day. Felt very naughty to do that. The kids were in school. So those are the tips. I can't say whether these soya isoflavones have worked. I will do, of course, another blog when I find out when I've ovulated. I mean, I could end up doing another one of these today if I ovulate today. And obviously, if by some miracle they work this month, I will, of course, be doing another blog, and I'd consider doing a pregnancy one if anyone was interested. In fact, actually, when I talk about tips, doing this is very therapeutic, because I can sit here and basically I could say what is actually going on in my head, and I'm not going to upset anyone, because basically I know anyone out there who doesn't want to hear what I say or what I think. You just switch it off, or you don't watch it. It's fine. But I think people in the TTC world are so understanding. Whether it's secondary infertility, primary, or even just people upset because it's taken them longer than they thought it would. I think everyone is so supportive to everyone. I've met a wonderful bunch of women on forums and through this. And I genuinely love, much as I think one of the other ladies said it, you are happy, you have nothing but good thoughts for people getting their BFPs. It hurts. But when it's people you've seen go through this struggle, whether they've had kids or not, it's so nice to see them come up with their BFPs. And it does fill you with a little bit more hope. Even time you don't feel there is any. I mean, I've got to the stage, you can probably tell from my tone, where I'm not convinced it's going to happen anymore. My husband still is. Still says, it'll happen, which is what he's been saying all the way along. Whereas part of me is trying to tell my mind, well, maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. I don't think I totally believe that yet, because I'm due to see my consultant. It should have been this month, which why this month's a bit rubbish. But I'm due to see him in January. So I'm trying not to be completely downbeat, but I'm trying also not to think that every month is my month. I see these women on these forums that do that every month, and that's great if that works for them, if that helps them, that's brilliant, but that doesn't work for me. So I convince myself more reasons why it's not my month, so then when it isn't, it's not as hard a kick in the stomach. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting. I mean, I don't if there's any other advice I can really give. I don't know. Well, thanks for listening, and good luck to anyone out there, whatever stage you are on your trying to conceive journey. I wish you all the best. Please leave a comment. I'd love to know what people think, or your own experiences or anything. I'm not getting many comments, so whether I'm doing something wrong here, I don't know, but I hope I'm able to at least let someone else out there feel that they're not alone, because that makes a huge difference. I don't really have anyone to talk to out loud in the real world, so the cyber world is where I'm telling everyone how I feel. So sorry you guys, you have to listen to me boring everyone to tears, but you don't have to listen. Anyway, good luck. Positive thoughts out to everyone. Blessed be. Thank you. Bye for now.